Summer, you had a good run. Sun-filled and seasonably warm for the season finale today. But the final days of summer haven't been all that nice for those experiencing wildfire smoke. And as we look live at downtown Seattle, you can kind of see that film of smoke sneaking into downtown this morning. I smell the smoke outside here at KOMO Plaza. I'm sure many do here across parts of the lowlands. And this is all with a subtle offshore breeze that once again developed overnight, transporting smoke from several fires currently burning in the Central Cascades, one of which is the Bull Creek fire near Skykomish, seeping down south and west into parts of the lowlands. Now, notice what happens here by 5 o'clock this afternoon. There's going to be a northerly breeze helping to scale back some of the smoke over Central Sound, especially near Everett and Seattle, but it may push it south into Maple Valley, Buckley, Elk Plain, and even Tacoma, and also parts of the Kitsap Peninsula. So the haze could linger, the smell of campfire smoke in the air for some areas this afternoon. But I want to point out the direction of the wind here in Shelton by this time. It's westerly, and that's the start of the overall onshore flow that takes over tonight, really helping to flush out what leftover smoke is in place across the lowlands by tomorrow. So hang in there.
Yeah, hey there, Michelle. A spokesperson from the airport says this was one of the busiest days since the pandemic, and it was very unusual for what happened today. Now, they did not get into specifics. They said several factors went into what happened today. One of them was a lot of people were actually dropped off from cruise ships to end the season. A picture sent to us from a passenger flying out of Sea-Tac International Airport shows what it looked like this morning as people were trying to get through security. Long lines going up and down several rows with people waiting to catch their flight. The man who sent us the picture tells us he waited in line for 2 hours and missed his. A spokesperson from the airport says they saw this rush from 8:15 in the morning until noon, and the longest wait time was 90 minutes. They even opened up extra lanes, and things eventually went back to normal afternoon. Before getting to the airport this evening, Sean Mulbrett heard about the unusual morning rush and decided to get here early for his midnight flight.
Talked to them when I got here, and they said it was going to be a lot better than it was this morning. It was terrible this morning. People packed out the doors down the runway there. After learning about the long wait times this morning, he couldn't take a chance on being late. I'm pretty glad I came in early because I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to miss my flight.
And Mary, the homeowners, they've been waiting 8 months for answers. Now, they blame the city and lack of maintenance on the pipe for their losses, but Bellevue officials, well, they question whether the landslide here might have been an unfortunate act of nature. Heavy equipment stands ready to unearth an 8-inch water main buried in this hillside that may or may not have caused the destruction of John Surtees' home.
It should be the key. It should have been the key in the beginning to take the pipe out, because that's where the water came from for 3 hours before the hillside collapsed.
In January, Surtees' house was knocked off its foundation while his wife Barbara was still inside. The couple lost everything but their lives and say they've been struggling with the city ever since.
I'm angry with the City of Bellevue. It's ridiculous what they're putting us through.
The city is now ready to dig up the pipe so it can be inspected to determine if it triggered the landslide or instead was damaged when the rain-soaked hillside gave way. The Surtees' attorney hopes the evidence from the excavation will convince city officials to accept responsibility.
The city owns this pipe. The pipe failed. It destroyed the Surtees' home, destroyed their lives, and the city ought to pay. It's unfortunate it's taken this long. The Surtees deserve justice sooner than this. We hope we get there quickly now.
This has been a battle between the Surtees and the city from the start, and a lawsuit is now underway, although progress has been slow on all fronts.
And they're just prolonging something that shouldn't be prolonged.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.